Hi Leo, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. And Leo, this is going to be a general mid-month check-in for you. And in this particular reading, I'm going to be looking at what pattern, situation, issue you're dealing with right now that needs healing. And then in the second part of the reading, I'm going to be looking at what aspect from your shadow is actually driving or impacting this situation that's showing up in your life, because that's how shadow work works. It's always something that's coming up from our shadow, and then it'll kind of spew out into our daily life. And that's what we're going to look at, how those two are relating to each other. And then, so if you're not familiar with the term shadow or shadow work, I'm going to leave you a video in my description box, and it's called My Powerful 4-Step Guide to Shadow Work. And it's all about facing your own shadow. And it's a video that I took from my other channel called Carol Cares. And that's a really good channel where it has a lot of help for you, for a lot of emotions that you're working through, and a lot of things you're working through in your own healing journey. And then once we've determined what aspect from your shadows coming up that's driving this, actually, we're going to go into part 3, where we're going to ask for some guidance from the tarot and to help you begin to heal, because you have to remember that this is a process, right? You're not going to heal anything like this. It's a process. And so a lot of times we don't even know where to begin. So the tarot is going to help us how to heal that, where to begin. And then I'll also leave you with another video or two, playlist sometimes, that's more specific to your reading here. And it's going to be taken from Carol Cares, my other channel. And I'll also leave you with September's video that I did for you if you haven't had a chance to see that. I did that at the beginning of September. So, just one piece of news here. I need to thank you, especially if you've subscribed to my channel. We're a new channel. This is probably 9 months now, I think I've been on YouTube. And we just hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm extremely grateful for everyone that has subscribed to my channel. And I think, this is a significant milestone for me. So what I wanted to do was to give back to you. And I want to put on a little contest. And I want to offer you 5 readings for free. So you have a chance to win one of those readings. And throughout, somewhere in this reading, I'm going to give you some information about how you can enter this contest. So I'll just leave that right there, and you'll see it during this reading. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to be using the Black Tarot. It's kind of a black and white theme this time around. I don't know why. I've just kind of been called to use these 2 decks, and the Tarot of the Abyss. So we're going to see how that works out. I've used the Tarot of the Abyss before, but the Black Tarot is new. So let's ask the Tarot here for 3 cards, and I'm going to ask first of all 1 card for the pattern, situation, or issue. There we go. We have 1 card already. We have the 3 of Swords, and that's what you're dealing with right now, the pattern, issue, or situation that's coming up in your life. What aspect from your shadow is driving this or impacting this? 1 card, please. One card for the shadow. Having a hard time coming out here. Here we go. Got 1 card that flipped up here. You have the Devil card in reverse. And finally, what guidance does the Tarot have for you to begin to heal this? Hey, I have 4 cards. That's too many. I just want 1 card. Just 1 card here to begin with. go. Six of Swords, the Six of Swords. So we have two sword cards on the table here, which is speaks about our mental energy. And so make sure you can see that. I'm sure to you this is all black right here. They're quite dark actually. All right, so I'm just gonna push these over here for a bit. Here we go. All right, so can I have some clarifiers for, and I've pre-shuffled these before we came on. Can I have some clarifiers for the Three of Swords, please? 2 to 3 cards to clarify the Three of Swords. Okay, and one more. Oh, this card's speaking to me for sure. Okay, so the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Devil, please. 2 to 3 cards for that one. Actually, I'll go back and I don't think I told all. I'll go back and say what was in that row. I don't think I told all of them. I don't think I said all of them to you. I apologize. I'll go back. Okay, so for the Three of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. You have the Two of Swords. And then you have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Now, for your shadow, here you have the Devil card we talked about. We didn't talk about, but I told you it was there. The High Priestess is in reverse here. The Knight of Swords. And you have the Five of Wands in reverse. And 2 to 3 cards here for the Six of Swords, please. This is the guidance from the tarot. I'm going to pick this one only because it went sideways and it made it impossible for me to shuffle. You have the Three of Swords again. And 2 more cards. I'm going to say a lot of sword energy here. I'll count the cards in a minute to let you know how many swords you have on the table. A couple more cards here, please. There's one right there, and there's one right there. So we have... All right. So for the Six of Swords, for guidance from the tarot, you have the Three of Swords. You have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So what sort of situation, issue are you dealing with right now? It could be a pattern that's showing up as well for healing. And often we learn a lot about our patterns. Those are the things that tend to repeat in our lives over and over again, like, inviting the same type of people into our space and can't figure out why. That's a pattern. Yeah, so you start off with the Three of Swords here as what situation, pattern, or issue are you dealing with? So Leo, right now you're sitting in a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain for you coming up, right? So, and it could be something that you're not really able to connect with, like what exactly it is. But we seem to know when we just don't feel right in our body. And especially if you're somebody that's, really trying hard to get in touch with your emotions, you're sitting, that you're sitting with some kind of pain, whether it's, some grieving that has to be done, or, maybe something that has happened in your life right now where you're just, it could be a breakup. It could be anything relational, something going on in your life where it's just, you're feeling a lot of pain. You're sitting in some pain here. We did talk about, I did say that I was going to count the number of swords here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards out of 5, 9, 7 out of 13 cards here. So that's a lot of, it's more than half of swords. And swords talk about our mental energy, our mental body, being up in our head. And as humans, we tend to live a lot up in our head. But the thing with swords is that, and being up in your head and your mental energy, is that your emotions don't live in your head. Your emotions live in your body. And so this pain that you need to connect with, that you're feeling, obviously in your head, and we can stay up in our head with the pain, but it's just a matter of, trying to get back into our body so we can get in touch with whatever that pain is that you're feeling. And so we can process a lot of those emotions. And so the next card that comes out behind the Three of Swords is your Four of Wands card. And the Wands speaks about, the Four of Wands in particular speaks about someone that, it looks, on the outside, it looks kind of like a victory card. You have that solid four. The Wands speak about, moving towards our life purpose, or moving in the direction we want to go in, doing something creative for ourselves, putting ourselves first. And so maybe you've stepped out from something. Maybe there's been a new change in your life. I did say something about, maybe you've stepped away from a relationship. Maybe you've let someone go. But there's something in your life that you have kind of stepped out on your own, kind of put yourself first, taking your life in this new direction, ready to take this new step. Or maybe you've taken it, or maybe you're thinking about it and you're very much on the edge of doing it, and it's causing you a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain that's coming up from it. And right behind it is the Two of Swords, and it tells me that, that you've had, I'm wondering now if it's something that you want to do or you think you have to do, because you are sitting here with the Two of Swords card, which is a decision that you're needing to make. And oftentimes when we have a decision to make that is extremely painful, that is bringing up so many emotions, it can almost tear our head into two. It's the number 2 here. So it's like, it can just tear our head apart. And when we're stuck on, what do I do? Because when it brings up all this pain, it really clouds our mind, and we're just not sure what to do. And maybe you become confused as to what, you were so ready to do this, or maybe you've just done it and now maybe you're doubting yourself. But definitely here is a decision to make, was a decision that you had to make, and you're needing to make a decision here with this number 2. And then the Ace of Cups comes in here, and it's in reverse. And the Ace is often it is. It's a gift from the universe. It's like, it's a big reminder that says, there are emotions here. There are emotions here that you need to look at. And it's in reverse here. And so there's definitely a real resistance to you, that wanting to stay in your head and not look at these emotions. And when we need, like I said, if we have to touch upon this pain, if we've got to feel some of these emotions to get through that pain, it's the only way through. But like I said, we stay in our head, and we think that, we're stuck in our head. We can't do this. We can't feel. And when we learn, and I've come to know this from my own healing, that the only way through this is to feel our way through it. Because once we start to process something, once we start to say, okay, I need to make this decision for myself, and this is causing me a lot of pain, there's something going on, I need to make a decision. And all these emotions come up, you have to feel them in order to get some clarity on your situation. And the last card is the Seven of Swords, and it's in reverse. And the Seven of Swords is what, I call what tarot, it's been known as, called the Thief card. And it's just somebody that's ran away with all these swords. And it's in reverse here. And so because it's in reverse here, I think there's a real resistance on your part to really dealing with, what are these things in your head that you keep spinning and telling yourself? And that's what swords are. Swords are like our mental energies, our mental thought patterns, these things that we tell ourselves. And oftentimes they're things that people have told us about ourselves, and we keep spinning on them. So if it's something that you've done, a decision that you had to make, and you've taken it and it's causing you a lot of pain, there can be oftentimes these mental thoughts in your head that will literally be talking to you and saying, why did you do that? That was a stupid move. And we start to really blame ourselves and shame ourselves for what we've done, maybe, especially if it's something where we've taken our life in a new direction for ourselves. Then we will definitely hear these things in our head. And so I think that's what might be really where you're sitting, and that's why it's causing you so much pain, because you're hearing these things in your head. And these are things that our caretakers when we were younger told us. When we weren't allowed sometimes to put ourselves first, and we weren't allowed to take our life in a direction we want to go in, and we're going to hear all these messages that we heard from when we were younger. So what's coming up in your shadow here? Because there's something that needs healing. And this is where, we're going to talk about the younger part of you when 4, 5, 6 years old, even, growing up as a teen. We're going to look at, what was it here? What's coming up that's driving or impacting this situation that you're in? Because it's almost like there's something here you need to learn. And you got to get back to the original, and I don't even know what's in here right now, but you have to get back to this. What is it that's, making you have all these thoughts in your head about what you've just done, or maybe what you're just about to do? What's this pain? It's driving this pain that you're in right now. And so the card is this Devil card. And it's in reverse, and so the devil speaks to us as, I don't know if you can see this card, but there's this figure. I know you can see this figure. It almost looks like it's got these two funky ears going on up here, but this is this really dark, sinister figure here. And the devil speaks to us about attachments, things we get attached to. And normally this would be like a card of addictions or things that, will prevent us from covering up our pain. But it's in your shadow here. And so I'm going to say that, maybe you are covering up a lot of this, which is coming up. Maybe, you have addictions. We all have addictions. Maybe you are covering that up with pain. But I also, because it's in your shadow, I can look at this card as your attachments when you were younger that you formed with people. And it's in reverse here. So I'm seeing here that there might be the possibility that, you didn't get to form healthy attachments or relationships when you were younger. Something there blocked you because this is in reverse of forming these healthy relationships. And, it could be anything where we have, if you look at the Seven of Swords, like I said, these mental thought patterns that you have here. If you felt when you were younger that you didn't matter, or you didn't deserve certain things, or maybe you weren't allowed to put yourself first here, you're going to feel like you don't matter, and that is really going to affect, how you feel about yourself in forming these healthy relationships and attachments with people. What's behind this Devil card is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is in reverse, but she's the Major Arcana card. She's number 2 in the Major Arcana, so she's a universal force, and this is a quality that you're asked to become aware of, and it's in reverse here. It's blocked. And it's interesting because you have the Two of Swords, and it was about, making a decision and being up in your head and trying to decide what to do. And the Intuition card here is blocked. And so what is the High Priestess talks about our intuition. It is the quality it's a feminine aspect to ourselves. It's a quality that we all have, a feminine quality. And it's our inner guidance. It's about hearing, what our next step will be. It's about hearing. It's just like a knowing. It's like a gut feeling. But in order to get in touch with our inner guidance, we have to be in our body. We have to be in our body to feel it and to get into touch in touch with it. And so I think when you were younger, because of this inability to make these relationships, these healthy relationships, to become attached to people and feel like you belong and feel worthy. And if you didn't have that, you're definitely not going to be in your body, because as a young person, once you start feeling that you don't matter, or once you start feeling like, you can't form these healthy relationships, well, you very quickly come out of your body and go into your head, because our emotions aren't in our head. They're in our body. And so you really have disconnected from your inner guidance, which is in your body. And then you have the Knight of Swords. And the knights in my deck are this part of us. It's actually an adolescent part of us that wants freedom. And we all have this part in us. It's that part that wants freedom to be authentic, freedom to be you. And they're desperate to be themselves, right? And this sword here, the sword speaks about, I said, like our belief systems. It speaks about who we are. It speaks about our authentic self, our truth. And there is a part of you right now that wants to get back to the truth. And it's sitting in your shadow. And it wants to get back to the truth of who you are, wants to be you. And because it's in your shadow, it is a part that will come out in us as a real hopelessness or anger, because it's just sitting there bursting to get out, right? Just freedom in here. So I'm wondering if you are very much feeling hopeless, or you did as a child for sure. Angry, that emotions will come up, and you might have been told that, maybe you're not allowed to touch that anger. But this part's sitting there. And then right behind it, you have the Five of Swords. And it's in reverse. And the Five of Swords, another sword card here. But this time it's like, take a look at this individual on this card. He's staring at this butterfly. And he has a pin in his hand. And it's almost like he has the power over this weak butterfly. And he knows that at any minute he could prick this butterfly and take the life of the insect. It's in reverse here. I talk about this card as my bullying card, and I really look at it from the perspective of the victim, which is the butterfly here. Because when you are somebody that are throwing these swords at you, right? When you've got this needle that's ready to just poke you, and it can really, it really is a shame card, because bullies will, when they bully you, when people tell you all these things, they give you the shame that you own. It's not something that we are born with. And so I'm seeing here that because that shame card has come out at the end here, I'm seeing that there's a lot of unworthiness here, and you could be sitting in a lot of hopelessness, like I said. You could be sitting in some, depression or anger. And because of this will relate to this pain that you're sitting in right now, where you may be having to work through some shame. And maybe the Seven of Swords, these things that are coming at you, right, are these, you don't deserve to do that. Why did you do that? You were stupid. Or these mental belief systems that you were told that would have brought on a lot of shame for you. And that's what needs to be healed in your shadow, because you have to go back to the original source of this situation here, because it's coming up for you again to heal. All right, this is the time that I'm going to talk about how you can enter the contest to win a free reading from me. So, first of all, when you clicked on the thumbnail, there is a picture on the front of it. And if you look at that picture, there is a restaurant on the picture, if you look closely. and the name is there. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at that restaurant. It's I'm going to give you a clue. It's from a popular destination in Canada, and the restaurant itself is quite popular in that area. And so what I want you to do is I want you to email yellowcardinaltarot@gmail.com, and it's written on the screen. And I want you to tell me what food item this popular restaurant in a touristy area in Canada is best known for. And the food item itself is 2 words. And there's another small little clue on the picture itself. If you'll see it if you look closely. So you're going to have to go back to the thumbnail that you clicked on and get a close look at it. For some of you that have been to this area, or for some of you, I know I have people out there that are actually subscribers that live in this area, believe it or not. So yeah, and that'll be your chance to win. And once you email me, I'll pick the first 5 people and I will email you back and to let you know what you need to do from there. Good luck. And so, what guidance does the tarot have for you in order, Leo, for you to start to heal this shame, this unworthiness that's sitting in your shadow? Well, you have the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords in reverse here. And, you know, I often look, if I put this card sideways almost, sometimes it looks like it's, to me, I feel like, only because I know what the 6 of Swords is, but I feel like it's almost like working through, paddling through some water at night. And trying to get to a safer place, you know, almost like a dream where you're trying to get somewhere. And this would, because it's in reverse, it tells me that, you know, maybe you're not in a safe place right now. It's in reverse, or maybe, because it's in reverse, because in an upright position, the 6 of Swords will speak about, for me, because it's a healing channel, it's a card of safety. And it talks about you need to get yourself to a safe place. This is in reverse. And so I'm wondering here if the move that you made, or the move that you're thinking about making, or the decision that you need to make, it speaks about getting yourself to a safer place. And maybe you have. Maybe you, like I've spoke about a relationship where you've left a relationship and where you have decided that I want to get myself to safety, and I want to get myself into a safe place. But sometimes when that happens, we can hear these voices in our head going, you know, why are you doing that? You shouldn't do. And that's what's coming back here. And that fact, this fact that you are either needing to get yourself to a safer place or have done it. This was all about getting yourself to safety, getting yourself into a better position, you know, where maybe you've left someone, or you're thinking about letting someone go, or you have let someone go. But this decision here of what you've done or what you're about to do is causing you, here's the 3 of Swords coming up right here. Because of this decision of safety, whatever, it's all around safety here, is causing you a lot of pain here. And the guidance from the tarot was saying, you know, yes, it's causing you a lot of pain, but the Wheel of Fortune here, which is a card that speaks of, you know, the life, almost like the life has to turn and things happen and circumstances changing, but you need a change in circumstance here, right? Because really the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Life always turns, but it stopped turning here, almost like it was blocked. And so the universe wants you to start living again, basically, you know, wants you to get that wheel of life turning again for you, because right now it's blocked. And the universe wants you to start to look at this pain that you are feeling, that you're sitting in right here. Wants you to start feeling that, so that you can get your life moving again. And the Eight of Pentacles comes up as the last card, and Pentacles talks about doing something. Usually it refers to your workspace, and so maybe it could speak about your work. It could speak about a lot of like where you spend a lot of your time, what you spend a lot of your time doing. You know, maybe you're volunteering or what. But it really, the universe wants you to get to a place where whatever the situation is that's causing you a lot of pain, wants a change in circumstance for you, and wants to bring you to a place where, you know, you're going to enjoy what you're doing in your life, whether it, you know, what you spend the most of your time doing in your life. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is. The Eight of Pentacles is about doing something that's going to bring you joy, and it's usually your true purpose, what you're meant to do. And so, you know, this could be speaking about maybe you've left a job. Maybe, you know, some of us it could mean that maybe, you know, you're sitting in a job that has given you, you know, a lot of money. It's provided you with a very stable life, and then maybe you've left it and you're kind of now having regrets about it, causing you a lot of turmoil. So this is a general reading. So yeah. So Leo, I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through. This is a very difficult journey, the healing journey, but it's the most important one in your life. And so I'm going to leave you with September's reading, as well as a playlist on shame, just to help you get an idea of what it is that you're, because the shame card did come up here. Take care, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.